What's going on, guys? It's Kyle. Welcome to the Stock Goat YouTube channel. We're going to be covering the overall market, and we'll also be covering the Sofi stock. And we need to get a little bit serious inside of this video because we have people's wealth at stake right now. People are losing a lot of money because of, confrontation inside of Russia, Ukraine, nonstop. I mean, I turn on Twitter, I turn on the news, I look at Facebook. It's just nonstop in your face, that a war is about to happen. And that is going to create a lot of fear, and people are trying to survive, maintain their wealth, preserve their wealth. That's why you're going to see these stocks go red extremely fast, because the money is coming out of these stocks with fear. So that's just plain and simple what's going on. We're not going to cover anything correlated to politics, but I also got to cover, a lot of people are saying, I'm out here, trying to milk up SoFi views, trying to build my wealth on YouTube. That is not the case. If I wanted to build wealth on YouTube fast, I would have went the Shiba route, the Dogecoin route, the AMC route, or any of the meme stocks that are absolutely having, 10 times the search volume of the SoFi stock. You need to realize I'm literally the #1 YouTuber covering the SoFi stock. This channel is absolutely tiny. The reason why I talk about the SoFi stock is because I truly believe in what they are doing. And any of the price action that we've seen the past 3 to 4 months after that last earnings report has no correlation to what SoFi is doing, because they raised their guidance. They got their bank charter license. This is all market sentiment, guys. This is macro environment correlated to other countries. I truly believe in the SoFi stock. I will continue to talk about the SoFi stock. And yes, there could be some downside this week because, Putin just had an absolutely insane message he put out that's going to cause fear, okay? He literally just crashed his Russian indexes, guys. We will take a look at that, but we're not going to be covering anything political. Just know that, what the world is hearing is not what we want to hear, and that is going to cause fear for the markets to sell off. And if you find any of this information useful, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We'll be keeping you updated on the overall market and also cover the SoFi stock day to day with breaking news. All right, real quick, we're not going to cover this, but you can see CNN, The Guardian, The Hill, Independent, Putin just went live. Nonstop FUD, okay? We're not going to read into this, okay? Just know he doesn't like Ukraine, and there's a lot of beef, and that is going to cause the stock market to sell off, okay? So that's the fear. We're not going to continue to spread it. These are the 3 indexes inside of Russia, and as you can see, Putin does not care about the people's investments in Russia at all. Take a look. We got the MOEX and also the RTS. These absolutely tank, guys. Take a look at this. This is the MOEX. It's down 12.5% today. This is an index, guys. This is like the biggest crash they've had in 12 years. And you also have the RTS right here, index down 13%. So Putin just absolutely slapped Russians in the face. Their investments are absolutely plummeting right now at an extremely quick rate. And you can see here, we had the futures up last night that I was talking about on my Twitter. And you can just see the pre-market futures right now. I mean, they're absolutely going down quick, guys. We got the NASDAQ down 3%. S&P 500 down 2%. Of course, there's a potential war going on, and that's going to get your, stock selling off quick, of course. All right, guys, so we're just going to first cover inside of this video, that Softbank, they sold, about 3 to 4 months ago. You can see here, Softbank sells 22 million shares. This was about 20% of their position, and now they have about 93 million shares total, okay? And you can see right here, it says 117 million, and right here they, sold about 17 to 18% of the position. So I covered this exactly when it happened, but guys, it looks like they did potentially buy back their shares. So let's just listen to what I had to say in this video real quick. Remember that number, 117 million shares. You can see the news is breaking out right now on Twitter, and there's some articles that are popping out. This guy, Walter Bloomberg, posted this. It's got 65 likes. Softbank sells 22 million shares of SoFi. And this is updated, after hours, after the market is closed. And one of my Patreon members did provide me the SEC document for the SoftBank of shares sold. So we'll take a look at this real quick. And we can see right here we have SoftBank Group, okay. Date of earliest transaction. So this was on the 18th. So 4 days ago for the SoFi stock. And if we scroll down right here, we can see the amount is 22 million shares at a price of $21.60. Okay, perfect. And they still own 95 million shares. So, okay, perfect. So they dropped their position about 20% to 95 million shares. And we're getting updates on the institutional ownership that they have literally bought back another, 20% position, just bringing them right back up. So they're accumulating shares at these low levels, guys. That is absolutely insane. That's what we want to hear. institutional ownership is absolutely exploding, and we're going to take a look at that real quick. Take a look at this video I did a little bit further back in October. Institutional ownership in October was 26% for the SoFi stock. You guys need to understand the massive accumulation that is happening on this company since they reported that last earnings, 3 months ago, guys. These big whales have been accumulating. Yes, I believe there could be more downside on the SoFi stock because of this Russian-Ukraine FUD. We can potentially see SoFi dip into the $9, $10 range. It is definitely a possibility, but I think the big whales will continue to accumulate before this next earnings report. All right, going back to that video of when Softbank sold their position real quick before we go back to the new update with the new Fintel. Now take a look at the new Fintel institutional ownership. It has literally doubled from 26% to 53% in the last 3 months. Softbank has literally bought back all of their shares, bringing their position right back up to 117 million shares, back from 93 million. And remember, Vanguard's old position was 47 million shares. They have jumped up to 53 million shares now. Blackrock right here at about 13.6 million shares back in November. They have brought their 13.6 million up to 22 million. So basically, to summarize what happened, Softbank has added back their position. Vanguard has increased their position. BlackRock increased their position. It just looks like Silver Lake is the only one that trimmed about 19% of their position. But as you guys can see, what has happened in the last 3 months, institutional ownership has doubled. And remember, this is a highly, attracted, they say meme stock / retail interested. And that may be true, but I'm telling you, but compared to other highly motivated retail stocks, such as a GameStop, AMC, Neo, Palantir, Clover Health, there is a massive difference what's going on with the SoFi stock compared to those other, retail focused stocks. Take a look at Clover Health. They have about 27 institutional ownership right now. Ownership is really low. The stock is at all-time lows of about, $2 to $3. GameStop's institutional ownership is about 30%. AMC's institutional ownership is about 36%. Neo's institutional ownership is about 37%. Palantir's institutional ownership is about 36%. And SoFi's institutional ownership is now up to 53%. So guys, I'm telling you right now, this is not a meme stock. They have got a bank charter license, and the big money knows exactly what's going on. I personally believe after the earnings report where they put out amazing guidance, regardless if they missed their EPS for Q4, I think the guidance will increase institutional ownership to over 70% or higher, just like we're seeing in a lot of these other IPOs. Remember, a SPAC, comes to the market quick, and a lot of these big insiders are not able to accumulate before the stock goes to the public market, and that's when you usually see those, prices come in much higher than the expectations that CNBC puts on the TV. All SPACs start at $10. That's why it's taken a long time for this institutional ownership to accumulate with the SoFi stock. But if you look at other IPOs, such as a Unity Software IPO, guys, take a look. They have institutional ownership at 86%, and this stock is held up extremely strong. And we also have Snowflake at institutional ownership of 76%. So you can see some of these high quality IPOs that, came to the market right around the same time as SoFi. They have much higher institutional ownership much faster. That's because a lot of institutions were already inside of these. We can see now SoFi is being accumulated at these extremely low levels, extremely fast. Once again, I think this will be a great buying opportunity to buy into SoFi, this week heading into earnings at potentially prices of all-time lows of, $10 or even $9 can definitely possibly happen. But I think, institutional ownership will continue to go higher and higher now that they got a bank charter license. So guys, SoFi right now is trading at about 9 billion market cap. But if you just compare it to those other IPOs of, Unity Software and Snowflake, 9 billion market cap. Remember that. Snowflake is literally trading at 83 billion market cap, guys. Over 800% higher than the SoFi stock right now. And wait till we take a look at their revenue real quick. Snowflake did about $330 million in revenue in their last quarter. And I'm telling you right now, SoFi will literally be doing $300 million in revenue for this next quarter. That does not justify a price of 800% higher market cap. As you can see, once that institutional ownership is built up in the 70 to 80% range, it just does not matter because these guys will not sell out of the positions. As we're seeing, this institutional ownership just keeps going higher for Snowflake, even at a price to sales multiple of like 80x. Even Unity Software is 28 billion market cap. That is literally like 300% higher than SoFi at 9 billion right now. Look at Unity Software's revenue. It's right around 300 million per earnings. The same exact thing that SoFi is about to hit this next quarter for December, guys. These companies do the exact same revenue as SoFi. Both are non-profitable, but they went the IPO route. So as you can see, I believe SoFi is one of those highly motivated retail stocks that is getting the attraction from investors, and institutional ownership is going up much faster than a Palantir or a Neo, guys. So you can see SoFi has something special built up now that they have become a 100% digital online bank with that bank charter license. And I think we could see all-time highs by the end of the year. Once again, once we get through a lot of these, rate hike fears and inflation comes back down. And of course, this Russian FUD absolutely destroying the market. Now I need to redo that EBITDA that I've been giving you guys, that projection for 2022 of 447 million. Because I continue to forget that, they did give us this bank charter license a little bit late. We never got the bank charter license at, 2021 or even, January of 2022. We got it like in February, and then we need like a month to settle in. So I'm pretty much going to scratch off 1 quarter of earnings with the bank charter license. And of course, that's a $200 million boost. So we would have to subtract about, potentially $50 million in EBITDA boost if we just start in March. Of course, I'm not going to count, the Pagaya partnership or anything like that. I'm just going to give you worst case scenario we could see on guidance. So about 440 million EBITDA expectations inside of 2022 because of the bank charter, which came late in February. We need to subtract 1 quarter of potential 200 million boost. So that would be 150 million. Q2 to Q4 and total EBITDA projections would be about $390 million for 2022. That is absolutely incredible when you're talking about us putting out 40 million for 2021, and then we have other growth stocks like a DraftKings putting out negative 900 million. So negative 900 million to positive 390 million, guys. That's going to get investors really excited, and I can see institutional ownership going up to 70% range after earnings. Revenue guidance has also exceeded 2021 estimates of 980 million to over 1 billion, even with student loans paused. So I think SoFi will give us the high end of the guidance with the bank charter license from the 8 analysts on Yahoo Finance, and the high end of the guidance is 1.6 billion in revenue. I guarantee you right now, if we get 1.6 billion in revenue guidance and 390 million EBITDA guidance, we will see the SoFi stock rally hard and institutions will accumulate aggressively. Institutional ownership will jump from 53% to over 70% before the next earnings. Unlike a lot of these other meme stock, retail traded stocks that just are not getting the attention that SoFi is getting as fast. And you can see once again, these IPO stocks, the institutional ownership is built up much quicker and the valuations are absolutely insane. Unity Software and Snowflake are literally 300% to 800% higher market cap valuation with the exact same revenue and also being non-profitable companies. Once again, I believe SoFi can have more downside, and it really sucks. You're seeing like the entire market for Russia absolutely collapse because Putin just does not care for anybody. So people are trying to stay alive and maintain their wealth, and that is why the money is coming out and your stocks are dropping fast. I don't want to lose, 20% of my SoFi investment in 2 trading days. But yes, we have a possibility. I would love to buy in the $10 range if it does happen, either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I just want to make sure I have a nice position built up before heading into earnings because I believe regardless of what's going to happen with the EPS, we're going to see a nice guidance raise, better than any of the 15 to 20 growth stocks that we have been watching personally, besides Snapchat and Upstart, of course. If you made it to the end of the video, I want to say I really do appreciate it. I enjoyed doing this video for you. Once again, I will continue to do videos about the SoFi stock because I truly believe in the company. Even though we have massive headwinds in front of us with Putin and Russia and also inflation, I still think these are going to be absolutely amazing buying opportunities. Once again, nobody can time the market, and I think the big whales will love to accumulate SoFi in the $10 range. Once again, we hit lows of 10.50. We could go even lower because this FUD is very, very strong with the Russian-Ukraine, potential war going on. This is going to cause a lot of people to sell. So a lot of people are going to be making very emotional decisions this week. Some people are going to sell all of their investments at a loss. Some people will sell partial investments. Some people will average down DCA. There's so many different variations. Some people will be going on margins. Some people will be going all in on options. I cannot tell people, what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. Just make sure you do your due diligence. But what I can tell you for sure is I want to make sure I have a nice position built up heading into this week, by Friday. I will definitely be making some moves, trying to get my cost basis lower. I think SoFi is going to be a great company in the future, and I will continue to be the leader on YouTube for the SoFi stock because I believe this is a great company and they will be very profitable sooner than we expect with the bank charter license. Once again, my name is Kyle. Hope you have a great day.